upload or the stream, but like I haven't been able to see it, so I didn't think it was working. But I went into like my channel management stuff, and I found my live stream video list and like stuff's there. I don't live stream very often, but apparently it's working. Let me just do some moving around of like volumes to make sure everything is correct with volumes. Oh, why is it? Is this one just now? Yeah, live now. Public. Published. I don't know why it's only private, but this one's public now, so. Oh god, no, I'm really quiet. Alright, I'm gonna need the headphones on then. Or at least have them like... Oh, too bulky. I'm gonna need to get comfortable here. Or at least have them like... Oh, too bulky. I'm gonna get comfortable here. And let me... Alright, mute my live stream video. This way I can look at my chat. Okay. I think I'm set up here, pretty much. I think the volumes are good. So... So, sorry, like, the video or the live stream's delayed. So I was having issues, technical difficulties, basically, where I couldn't view my live stream. So, like, it wasn't showing up on my YouTube channel. So I did some digging, and the entire time, I realized that my live stream was set to private instead of public. I don't know why it was like that. I don't remember setting any default settings to where it automatically shows up as private, but it's working now, and we're going to hop into this. So I'm going to show you guys what I did with my account. I've been working on this account for a little while now. I've been working on it straight for about a year. And I save up my speeds and everything. If you guys know how I play, you watch my channel, I save my speeds. Hello, Ein. And so, after a while, I did some calculations and realized that I could do a mass troop training, and it cost me a lot of resources, but it's worth it, you know. So, we're going to hop into looking at this account. So this is my current gear setup for this account. Hello, dog. Sorry, I have a cold, a cough. But here's my dog, Ein. He has grown immensely since we got him a couple months ago. He is almost 6 months. And if you don't know, Ein, the corgi from Cowboy Bebop, he's basically a live cosplay, because he's got the red collar, the little golden dog tag, and although he doesn't look identical to Ein from the show, he's my little Ein. So, he's a good dog. So, very smart. Alright, come on. My lap's too small for you, because you're too big. Alright, so, I've been working on this account for a while. So here's my gear setup. We're gonna switch out of that, and oh wait, no, we're gonna leave that in. We're gonna leave that in for a second. We're gonna look at the stats. I know I don't normally do this for my accounts, but I don't do this for my main, but I don't mind doing it for this. So as you guys can see, my stats are decent, especially for free to play. I want them to be higher, but that won't happen until I get some better gear and better gems. So all of the gems in my gear right now are currently blue. I won't start upgrading them to purple until I can fill all the gem slots out, and then I'll start saving blue gems and converting them to purple over time. Should probably set that back. So the stats you just saw are all stats from, like, with talents and gear, everything. So that's as good as my stats are going to get for now. Now let's go look at my troop build before you guys start, like, thinking that I have a bunch of tier 2. I don't. Alright, so here's my tier 1. Here's my tier 2. Here's my tier 3. Alright, so this is what my trap is currently looking like. I did use this trap style before with an older account, and the older account being my main account, and I used to solo trap on it, and then I ended up unlocking tier 4, and I started building tier 4, and my main castle just got too big to do solo traps. It got to the point where I would sit there for like 5 hours, and the only I would only get like one march, if any marches at all, and it'd just be all tier 1 or tier 2, basically a test march to see if I'm a trap or if my castle's empty. So after a while, I just gave up trying to trap because you know, after I got past 150, people were not wanting to test my castle. So they would just move over to me, scout, see an anti-scout on, and then they would immediately set a rally. They wouldn't even send me test marches after a while. So I gave up. And then I got bored. You know, this past year, I haven't had a solo trap, haven't been able to trap. And I thought, I'm going to make another solo trap because they're really fun to play with. So, excuse me. I'm going to be coughing a lot. So, I'm going to stay in the home kingdom that I'm in, because I figure if I go to another kingdom, then people are going to realize that I am trapping and that I do have something to try to hit me. So, well, not hit me, but like rally me or avoid me. So we want to be hit. So I'm going to go to a fort or whatever, and let's get into break my shield. So I already have an anti and everything set up. So I'm going to be using random relocators. And here is the most boring part of trapping, is just sitting here and basically waiting for someone to scout you and attack like this. So I tell a lot of people that trapping is like going fishing. You never know how good of bites you're going to get. You never know what you're going to catch, alright? I know it's funny because my guild's piranha, fish, you know, funny. But you never know what you're going to catch, or when you're going to catch, or if you're going to catch anything. And you don't even know if you'll get a bite. You go hours without getting a single nibble. So, this trapping game can be good, can be boring. It's different for everyone. So, this is the fun part. Okay, I'm in a decent area, I guess. I'd love to get closer to a fort, but I have some other accounts doing other stuff. Where's my dog at? Probably out in the hallway. So on my main account, I am just gathering for KVK. I'm not going to be doing any kind of risky business with my main account at the moment, because I wouldn't expect, or I would expect BR to turn on their own kingdom. I assume they're still here in my kingdom, right? Like, pretty sure. I know some of the family is still here. I assume BRR is still... Yeah, see? It doesn't display a kingdom, which means they're here in my kingdom. Yeah. Hopefully they'll be distracted by the other two kingdoms during this KVK. So, with my current standpoint in this build, it's not at the peak that my main account was in some of the older videos that I have displayed on my channel here, where I've taken like full tier 4 cav marches, max cav marches with infantry phalanx. I probably will not be doing that today, just because it's, like I said, I don't have as many troops as I did in that video currently. I'm building up to that, and I'm interested to see how this trap style will handle tier 5, because I have not used this style of solo trap since the tier 5 update. And you guys know it's been a while since that came out. It's been out for a while, so I'm interested to see in the future how I will fare with tier 5 marches. But I won't be doing any tier 5 marches. I might do a couple tier 4. If they're not too big. And typically, what you're getting into by the size of the opponent that approaches you. If they're like 150 mil, they may have a few tier 4, but they're probably going to send tier 3. And then if they have a bunch of then they're probably going to have some tier 4. And if they're really big, they might have some tier 5. So it's all about experience, really. Does provoking work? Like, if you scout and provoke someone. So, yeah, like, that kind of stuff does work. Although, if you're basically acting like you're going to attack someone, and you don't, then people will realize that you are provoking them. Really, it's how smart your opponent is. If it's a really big account that you're going up against and you're scouting them, they know you're not going to hit them, because no one hits them. In fact, they would sit there and wait for you to hit them to see if you actually would do it. The best way to bait people is to make yourself look vulnerable. So you have troops returning to your castle. The more risky thing is to do that with your leaders, to have your leader marching back to your castle, which you have to have a friend that helps you out, or use another account in a different guild, and you can basically surrender your leader to them, let them capture it, move away far away, and then have them release your leader. And having that walk back, people will see your leader returning, and then they'll basically wait until your leader gets close, try to zero your castle out, and then take your leader for themselves. So, like, that's a thing people do. But I've never done that for my accounts, because you have to have a lot of, like, really high stats, like leaderless stats, to be able to trap like that. And so I'm unable to do it with any of my accounts, but I've seen people do it, and it's fun. What I usually do personally is I will get one of my alts or one of my guild members to send me like one resource from across the kingdom. That way when people see my castle, they see something's returning. They don't know if it's a leader, if it's troops, but they know that you have something returning, or they assume something's returning, which means that your castle is probably in fury, or your castle can't move from its current position until it arrives. But what they don't know is that it's a resource that's moving to your castle that is not your march, so that you're able to move away anytime you want. But they don't know that, and they think that you're stuck there. So people that see that will think, oh well, we can rally him, we can gangbang him, we can try to zero him out, see what he has. So that does work, and I've helped guild members trap doing that in the past, and it works pretty well. Which I might be doing that today if I don't get any bites. Sucky thing is I do have an errand to run in about a half hour, so I'll be taking a short break in a half hour, and then probably about an hour long, and then I'll come back and turn the stream back on. So baiting and waiting. Well, I'm not really baiting at the moment. I sort of am because I have my gear set to like research, but what does my wife want? Looking at Halloween costumes. I think it's so funny that people around the world like to dress up in school like Japanese style school uniforms for Halloween, and then people in Japan wear them every day to school, so it's not really a costume to them. But to everyone else in the world that doesn't go to a school that has to have like a fancy uniform, we watch anime and we see it, we're like, oh, I want to cosplay as a school uniform. So you're a person that's going to school, but not really, because it's a costume. But we see it as a costume, so I mean, it's just a funny thing, I guess. Kind of funny. It's like wearing pajamas. No, I guess it's not, because pajama parties are a thing. I don't know. I find it funny either way. I also don't know how active the other two kingdoms are, so if they're not going around burning people, then I mean, I've seen some scouts from my hive, my guild hive. So like, people are out there scouting stuff. I don't know how many there are though. I think I'm in a good area. You know what they should really add? Is like kingdom progress. Like, you don't know where the kingdom's like standpoint's at. Oh, it's the music. I was hearing something in the background, but it's the music in my headphones. You don't know like how many points your kingdom has versus the other kingdoms in your little KVK event, right? So you don't know if you're losing, if you're winning. I mean, give you an idea of how dead the other kingdoms are, so you know who to target, where to go to attack to boost your own kingdom, right? I mean, it would be useful. I would like to be able to see the kingdom's progression, like each kingdom's progression for KVK. But maybe they don't do that, so everyone goes all out and spends more of their resources, more of their items for the people that actually spend money for this game. Oh yeah, I didn't mention that during the stream, did I? I'm free to play, so all of my accounts, my troops, everything's done free to play. It takes longer, but it's doable. Like you can do that. Like it's possible, but you not if you're getting zeroed out every day. Like you can't let that happen. Where you gather resources in other kingdoms, recall your troops before your 4 hour. Yeah, you won't get credit. Like if you have troops out when the your kingdom timer ends, when you're gathering another kingdom or you're just in another kingdom, when that runs out and you have troops out, all your troops come back, but they come back without the resources. Like they they teleport back to your castle. And you lose all the resources that you just spent. Like, so if you spent like 2 hours on a tile, right, and you have 5 minutes left, and then they're teleported back, and your castle is forced back to your home kingdom, you lose all of that progression. So I recommend what you do is keep an eye on that timer, and like when you have like 5 or 10 minutes left on that timer or whatever, you recall all your troops back, move to your home kingdom, and then you can immediately move back to that other kingdom and it'll restart the timer. In fact, anytime you go to your home kingdom and go back, the timer resets. So anytime you want to reset that timer, just go to your home kingdom with a random relocator and then move back to that other kingdom and it resets the timer. Like the timer used to not exist. You could just sit there all day. But I guess people would do that and set up bots to, like, farm. So, I guess that's why they probably did that timer thing, is to reduce the amount of bots being able to do stuff and cheat for KVKs is pissing a lot of people off that spend money. And, you know, us free-to-play guys, we get mad, oh well. But if the big money spenders get mad, you know, if too many of them get mad, then IGG will do something. If it's only like 1 or 2, IGG doesn't care. I mean, the whole thing with Worthy Prince, like his account getting basically locked up to where he couldn't buy anything. Like, obviously, IGG doesn't care about one player, but if it's a bunch of big money spenders, then it affects their budget. That affects their wallet, so it's not really that big of an issue for them. Oh, how big is this guy? 229 mil. Oh, okay. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. Yep, here we go. Yep. Random reload. Alright. Cool. Alright, let's heal everything. Oop. Let's heal everything. Eesh. There we go. Ooh, 300 troops, man. 300,000. Nice. Completely capped that. Only 22k wounded. Oh, that was tier 4 mix. Ooh. Yeah. So, to those who say tier 3 are trash, tier 3 can't trap, come at me, bro. I'm all ears, man. I'm all ears. Where am I at here? Okay, that's a good enough spot. Yeah. That's pretty good, right? Right? Yeah, I know, I can't dance. I know. I look ridiculous. Damn. I know you guys saw that just now. I'm drinking some tea. It's like green tea or black tea with mint. And I just like sprayed it all over my keyboard. That's alright. I didn't spray a lot. It wasn't like a stream. It's just droplets everywhere, so we're good. Yeah. So this castle, this solo trap that I have now, it doesn't have as many troops as my main account did towards the ending of my solo trapping days with my main account, but this castle has slightly higher stats. And it's not, I don't think it's necessarily gear. It could be the gear. Could be a little bit of that and research, but I started solo trapping with my main account earlier than I started with this, like when I had less. Ugh. Jeez. Just trapped 300k to 4. Did you see it, guys? So I'm pretty happy about myself, but obviously if I made a trap before, I could make another one, right? So I mean, I kind of expected good things, although that was a pretty big hit. And I'm sitting here in infantry phalanx at the moment. Like you can see, I'm in infantry phalanx. They sent me a cav wedge with a bunch of cavalry, and I still tanked it like a freaking champ. So I might be able to take a full cav march in my current position, or it might like my current like settings or current build. So woo! What did that do for my solo war? Oh man, completed my solo war in one go. Nice. It's a pretty good hit. Pretty good hit. I am satisfied with that. Satisfied with that. How much more do we have for Guild War? So I'd like to, I mean, that really, solo trapping, I did make the solo trap for me to have fun, right? For me. For the channel, for you guys to watch. But at the same time, another reason that I did it is to help my guild get a max Guild War every KVK. That's another reason I did it, right? So, it's a little bit of everything. I figured if I did this, I could have fun. My guild could get max Guild War, or I could help more with it, you know, because gathering is kind of slow for Guild War. So it'll help my guild, and then it's fun for the channel. It's fun for guild members to watch my traps in work, because I'm always telling people, do this build, do that build, do this, do that, and I promise you, they're like, okay, but I haven't seen you do it, right? Like, I saw you do it in a video that's like a year and a half old, but I haven't seen you do it recently. So I think showing you guys my methods in action will give you guys more faith in my builds and my advice. So it's literally all around better for everyone, for me, for you guys watching, and the ones that take my advice seriously. I think it just adds to my credibility with my builds and my strategies. So you are not going to be bugging the cat, and you're not going in the cat's room. That's why the door is shut. Hello, puppy. Hello. What do you want, huh? Can you guys see his ears? Yes. They're floppy, and I love them. He's so cute. He's so cute. So cute. He's a very cute dog. Like, his breed was really hard to find. Ugh. Like, we had to go out of our way to find a breeder in order to get a corgi puppy. And I'm not really the type of person to get a dog from a breeder. I'm usually the guy that goes to the shelter, but we don't have a lot of space, like backyard space. And a couple of years ago, no, several years ago, I had to put my Malinois up for adoption, and they're like a larger, medium-sized dog. They look very much like German Shepherds, and I love that dog, but I didn't have the room for her to run. And where I'm living now, I can only have 2 animals that have free roam of the house. And since I already have a cat, and my wife's like, I want a small dog, not a big dog. And I'm like, okay, well, if I have to get a yapping small dog, it's going to be a corgi, because corgis are freaking adorable. So we looked for months and months, and eventually we broke and just got we got him. And we did a bunch of research on the person that bred him to make sure that they had good reviews, and like, he was very reputable. He had like 5 out of 5 stars for everything, for all of his certifications, from all of his buyers, all of his business, his clients. So we felt comfortable supporting his business of dog breeding. So, but yeah, always do your research, and don't buy, if you can, give a home to a sheltered animal, just because they need it, How long does your castle smoke for? Isn't it like 15 minutes? I could gravel it. Isn't it like 20 gems? I could. Oh wait, my wall is broken. But my castle's still smoking, right? It's smoldering. How do you break the... Where's it at? How do you break the gravel? Like, I never do this. Or how do you gravel it? Do I just go into my items? Like, how do I gravel it? I can't even remember how to do this. I never do this. This is kind of embarrassing. Okay, so I can buy it. Oh, it's 1.5k? No. Because whenever I have to, like, shield, or if I have to take the dog out for something, then I will have to move to the woods. And since I am free to play, I try to conserve as many gems as possible. So, like, that's a thing that I have to worry about, is my gems. Even though, as you can see with my castle, level 9, and my gem research on this, 8 out of 10 max deposit. So, like, it's not like I'm hurting any, really. But I try to conserve as many gems as I can, because when you're sitting here, you're changing your talents around, you're relocating, so on and so forth. Like, it uses gems. And everything is small amount, but it adds up over time. So I find it really useful to conserve as much as you can. So really, like, penny pinch those gems as much as you can. What? You're not playing with the cat. The cat doesn't like you. He doesn't like you because you run and bark at him and you sit and stare at him and whine. He doesn't like you. I know you want to play with the cat, but he doesn't like you. Cat does not like him. The cat's still slightly bigger than him. Well, they might be about the same size now. But I let the cat and him interact every once in a while. And he does nothing but chase the cat around. Like last time I let the cat out, or let him and the cat out in like the same area. The cat sat on the edge of the couch, would not let him get onto the couch. And he literally sat on the floor for an hour whining, staring at the cat. It's pretty pathetic. It was pretty pathetic. It was pretty pathetic. And then eventually he got bored and he laid down, but it's still pretty pathetic. And I don't want him thinking it's okay to constantly whine at the cat, because like, that's just bad behavior. It's bad training. You know, I just realized that that guy earlier had sent his leader. He might have been able to damage me more, but he didn't even send his leader. Why would you send tier 4 and not send your leader? Why? Why would you just send tier 4, full march, no leader? I guess he was just confident. I guess. I don't know. Still pretty stupid. Like, if you're going to send tier 4, if you're going to send your full 300,000 of your strongest troop type, and you are worried that your leader's going to get trapped or captured, then why don't you just send a test march first? I don't know. That's just me, though. That's the way I play. I'm always cautious, super cautious about everything, and I take multiple steps, and I have fail-safes for just about everything. So that's why I'm not triggering Fury. So fail-safe. Got about 10 more minutes. Ten more minutes. Ein. I wonder if I could finish the Guild War if I cap another 300,000 tier 4. Maybe. Maybe. What's my wall looking like? My stationed heroes. This needs to be better. Let's drop him. And then let's range. Oh, range. Army attack. Who should I put here? What do I have on my main account? Oh wait, I don't have to worry about trap stuff on this account because I don't have any. So I'll just do range damage then. All range. Ouch! He's trying to jump up in my lap. That's what he does when he wants attention. He's like begging for attention. I don't know, he might have to go to the bathroom. I'll take him out here in like 8 minutes whenever I leave. But it's Lord's Mobile during KVK. You never know what could happen in just 8 minutes. Dude, you get up and go to the bathroom for 8 minutes, come back, your cast would be zeroed out, dude. Like, this game, no joke, this game is like cutthroat. Like, seriously cutthroat. Anything could just pop off at any minute. Anything. This game's crazy. I guess that's why I like it. I'm not really a gambler, but I'm a strategist, and the higher the risk is, the more fun the strategy is. Also, the more stressful it is, but the more fun it is to succeed. And since I've perfected so many strategies in this game, and I know the strategies like the back of my hand, you know, it makes it more fun. Because it's higher risk, but I know what I'm doing for the most part, so. Oh, I have the black bar in there, not necessarily to block out chat, but it's just to block out my coordinates. It's a safety thing. It's a safety thing. 6 minutes, bro. I'll take you out. 6 minutes. Probably just take him with me. Wife wants to go by a store to get some like candy gummy eyeball things or something. I don't know. She's doing some kind of food craft. She wants me to take her on her lunch break. She's like, let's spend lunch break together. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know. Take the dog. She'll like that. I hope these scratches come off of here. I think they will. Yeah, they'll come off whenever I wipe it down. It's probably just keratin and skin cells. It's like, dogs leave like white lines from their nails on certain surfaces. See it a lot with cars. Like the dashboard material, they leave white lines on it from scratching. Can you guys hear this? Just doing the sound check. Can you guys hear this? Yeah, okay. Yep. I have to keep that sound volume off because then I'll get a feedback loop. So it's not like an exponential feedback loop, but like it'll keep, or linear. I guess either one works. But it'll just constantly echo, and I'll have like a 10-second delay or something. So I just leave that muted, that video. It's my streaming video. It's more for like monitoring purposes, so I can make sure the stream doesn't crash or something like that. So. Four minutes. Ironic that this song comes on because I'm gonna have to stop in like 3 minutes. Ein. You better leave that cat's door alone. He's scratching on something out there. Probably the cat's bedroom door. Bad boy. Ugh. So I'm working on a temporary account here that I made this morning, getting it to level 8 slowly so I can make a recruitment guild, because I do that to find new players that are excited about the game and constantly active, and they make really good additions to guilds. They do. Even though they're small and they're not super strong, you can teach them, they'll learn, they'll grow fast, and they will be very loyal to your family because you took them in, you made friends with them, they're friends with you, and they become like a good member of the guild. So like I do that all the time. All the time. And I enjoy having new players in the guild. I get tired of repeating the same stuff over and over and over. Keep your leader sheltered. Keep your leader sheltered. Keep your resources low so nobody comes and steals from you. You know, but it's whatever. I'm just happy to have newer members excited about the game. Because, you know, older players, some of them are active, some of them get bored and they only log in once a day. A few more seconds and then I'm going to pop up a shield. Someone shows up. If someone shows up. Alright. Guys, I'm going to take a short break. As you can see, I'm popping a 4-hour shield, so I'm taking a short break, and I will be back. I'd say, let's see, my wife's lunch break's only like an hour, so I'll be back pretty soon, and I'll be streaming for a little while today, playing around with my solo trap, so